What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel Xman & Co. Today we're making a beautiful Christmas cake outdoors. It's November, it's time for that Christmas cake, you know that, let's build it. Let me introduce you guys to all our ingredients here today. As always, we'll leave all the quantities for you guys in the description. Over here we've got some all-purpose flour, almonds, baking powder, nutmeg, cloves, ginger, some cinnamon, some glazed cherries, unsalted butter, lemon, orange, few eggs, we've got some sugar here as well, and then obviously our beautiful mixture of dried fruit that we rested in brandy overnight. We're going to do this Christmas cake outdoors as always. We're going to use a Dutch oven today and it's going to be brilliant. Now guys, before you can start with this Christmas cake, you need to 24 hours in advance. You don't have to, but we like to do that. Put all your dried fruit into brandy. You could use cherry brandy, any brandy you like. Basically, you're going to throw all your ingredients together. You're going to soak it in brandy. We've left the cherries on one side. You don't have to do that. You're going to add your cherries in brandy as well. Soak it overnight. If you want to do it 2 nights, you can. We found there's no significant difference, so we stick to 24 hours. For the guys that don't want to use brandy, or any alcohol for that matter, you can leave it in orange juice or even apple juice. It's brilliant, it really works great. So towards the end we'll chat about how you're going to feed this beautiful cake. So let's get straight into this. In this bowl here with the brandy, we've got some Saltana, raisins, a block of dates. We even got cranberries in here. So it's really whatever you like and you guys can go crazy. Remember, this cake is absolutely beautiful when it's matured and it's been fed. So that's the idea about doing this cake in November so that it's perfect when Christmas comes. Right, so first of all what you want to do is drain this brandy from the fruit. You want to keep the brandy, you don't want to throw it away, of course not. We can use this exact same brandy to feed this beautiful cake. Next it's time for our beautiful cherries. Guys, at the end of the day, nothing stops you from enjoying this brandy still on ice in a glass. Add a little bit of Coke if you are one of those guys. It's just going to have that fruity flavor. It's going to be beautiful. Right, so once we've drained these dried fruits and our glazed cherries, it's time to throw it in a bowl so we can get all the ingredients in there ready for the fire. So let's get all our ingredients together here. First of all, you're going to need some butter, unsalted. We're going to use some lemon zest, half to a full one. It all depends what you like, a little bit more lemony or not. Then you want to do exactly the same with your orange. Also some zest. You can do the full orange. It's really going to add to that flavor. It's going to be amazing. Once you've done most of your orange, it's time to do some orange juice. You can also use your hands if you want. Make sure you don't leave any of the seeds behind. Right, then it's time for your sugar. This is the fun part, guys. We're going to mix all of these guys together. So let's break down that butter into smaller pieces. That's really going to help us. Then we're going to put it into a pot or a pan. We're going to bring it to boiling point where it's going to simmer for at least 10 minutes. We're going to use a medium heat. Thereafter we're going to let it rest for at least 15 to 20 minutes and then we can move on to the next step. Guys, so people ask us what's the best spirit to use for this Christmas cake. Now basically you could do what you want. We like a Christmassy feel, so most of the time we use cherry brandy. If you can't get that, any other amaretto, orange liqueur, your normal brandy. You could even use a rum, something like Kraken. For the non-alcoholic guys, you could go for cold tea, orange juice, and even apple juice. So basically, as far as the feeding goes, you want to feed it once a week. For about 4 weeks, maximum 5. Spread it out. If there's 8 weeks till Christmas, then do it every second week. You don't want to feed it more than 4 or 5 times. Otherwise, it's going to go soggy and it's really not going to be that great. Once your mixture has rested for about 10-15 minutes, it's time to add all the rest of the ingredients. So let's do that. 3 eggs, your baking powder, cloves, cinnamon, ginger, and your nutmeg. Then we got some almonds here. You can see it's chips. So we just want to break those. You don't have to break it completely. Some guys likes to use the ground almonds. We just like to use this as it's going to be chippy and it's going to be great. And then your all-purpose flour, there you go. Now it's time to mix all of these beautiful ingredients together. We are so close to the end result here. From here it's quite straightforward. We're just going to mix it nice and properly all together. And then, boys and girls, it's time to cook it low and slow. It's now time that we put all of these ingredients inside our prepped Dutch oven. Just a tip for the guys that didn't know this. Whenever you're baking a cake, the difference between a flat top and a raised cake would be just about 20 degrees. So if you would go normally 180 degrees, you know you're going to get a round cake. In this case here, we want a fairly flat top, so we want to do low and slow. It's going to keep the moisture in there. It's really going to do an even cook and make sure that we get a proper, beautiful Christmas cake. So something to remember. So we want to stay 150 degrees Celsius, about 275 for the International Guys Fahrenheit. That's what we're looking for. So anything above 160 is definitely going to give you that raised effect, and that's not what we're after here. So let's get it on the fire. There's two different ways to do this. We can do it in the Weber. We decided to do on an open fire. So I've got a video on an oxtail potjie course. If you guys want to go check it out, and I explain nicely about temperature control, how you're going to put all your briquettes on top and at the bottom of this Dutch oven. So you're welcome to go check it out. We're aiming for 150 degrees Celsius. Let's do it. It's been exactly 2 hours and we decided to have a look at this beautiful Christmas cake that we've got here. Pro tip, if you do have a thermometer to your disposal, you're looking for anywhere between 202 and 209 degrees Fahrenheit. And the other way to do it is to use a skewer and just poke it once or twice and make sure the skewer comes out nice and clean. 2 hours later, we got the Dutch oven on the table here. As you guys can see, it's nice and brown. It looks like this is going to be a beautiful Christmas cake. What you want to do next is you want to poke it, let's say 10 to 12 times. We're just creating holes in order for us to feed this beautiful cake. Got some brandy on the side. We're doing another cake. So I'm just going to use some of that brandy. And basically, guys, you just want to do about 2 to 3 tablespoons. Just want to make sure it's nice and moist. We're going to go with 3. Be careful not to overfeed this cake. Like I said, you want to do it until you're going to dish up and dig in there basically 4 to 5 times. So spread it out. If it's 8 weeks, do it every second week. 1 tablespoon a week, that'll be sufficient. A couple of days before you're going to use it, you want to stop. If you're going to ice it, that's the right time to do it, maybe 3-4 days before that. You can ice marzipan on the outside. So what you want to do now, we're going to leave it to cool down. In the Dutch oven, we're just going to cover it. Once it's cooled down and nicely cold, we're going to wrap it in parchment paper and then in tin foil. And that's where it's going to stay, in a tin or in a covered container, whatever you have. And every week we'll just open it up and feed it like that. Then obviously I'm sure you guys want to know what it looks like once we cut it, and we're going to share that with you guys around about Christmas time. Keep a lookout on our Instagram. There'll be some photos. And the members, as you guys know, we started a membership, so go check it out for all the members. What we'll do over Christmas, we'll drop a small video, show you behind the scenes how we cut it up and have a toast together. You should go and try it out. I can't taste it yet. I'd love to, but it needs to feed and mature. So guys, you know the story. If you like what you're doing, like, share, subscribe. Enable those notifications so you get notified as soon as we upload a new video. Thanks for watching. We cannot do it without you. We'll see you on the next one. Boys and girls, to your health. Cheers. Beautiful.